Okay, all right, yeah. So Bob is we're gonna get a treat today from Bob. He's gonna play a Christmas song for us. So Bob, you can start.
Hello everybody. Very popular song, Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. On the silence, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Okay.
Yay! Very good. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
It's a great way to start off our Christmas class today. So basically, we're just going to talk a little bit about the history of Santa. Okay, so we all know Santa doesn't really exist for those children. But what I want to do is talk a little bit about how Santa came to be. Because we don't really know. I mean, who really knows how Santa came to life? I've also heard, I mean, for us, he lives in the North Pole. And then I heard that people in Norway, I think he lives in a town called Lappole, something like that.
Yes, Laponia.
So, yeah, kind of crazy. So everyone has like their own little ideas about Santa. So today we're going to talk about some of the theories, okay? And some other celebrations as well. So, and Ken, I know, for example, you don't celebrate Christmas. And so next week is just normal for you, right?
Maybe commercially.
Okay, commercially, okay. But do you work on Monday and Tuesday?
No, it's not a national holiday like in America because Christian here is 3% of the population, so not major religion here. So, but it is celebrated very commercially, you know, from non-Christian people. And in 1980s, big campaign happened in the, the magazine promoted, or pop song promoted, Christmas Eve is a romantic day. So
romantic.
Christmas Eve is the biggest dating day in Japan. Going out.
I'm sorry, I promise I'm looking at the Christianity percentage in Spain because it's a huge Catholic country. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry, that's why I'm looking down.
So the Christmas Eve, since then, Christmas is the biggest date. People don't know what Christmas original is actually.
Okay. And so what do you typically, is it kind of like our Valentine's Day?
So I watched Japanese anime in American University in an anime circle. They play the Japanese anime in a big classroom. Sometimes I go there, and then there's a Christmas gag, Eve gag, is on that Japanese anime, but nobody laughed because nobody knows what the Japanese Christmas Eve is. So the protagonist said, "Oh, I'm not happy. Even it's Christmas Eve." And he said, because I don't have a girlfriend, and nobody laughed because no American knows what the Japanese Christmas Eve situation. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I just looked it up. It says 69.8% of the Spanish population is Catholic. So 70%. And there's a lot of foreigners here. So that's a huge difference. So for us, yeah, Monday actually is kind of a work day, but really there's not a lot of stuff to do anyway. And the 25th we have off. And actually the 26th here is St. Stephen's. And there's some areas that it's the patron saint of their town, so they have off. I think it's a holiday in Catalonia as well. Also in England, it's Boxing Day. So the 26th, I didn't even put that into my class today. Well, I'll describe that when we get to that point. Yes?
Sorry, Boxing Day is celebrated in Canada and England. How about in America?
Nope, the Commonwealth countries only. I had no idea what Boxing Day was when I came to Spain.
How about another European countries, like Bob's country?
That's a good question. Bob, do you celebrate Boxing Day on the 26th?
Yes, of course.
Boxing Day?
Boxing Day? No, Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. I didn't think so. Like, Bob.
What is Boxing Day?
Okay, so Boxing Day is, from what I understand, something about a poor man. They don't really know, again, why or how it started. Basically, Boxing Day is to give gifts because this theory is that this old man didn't have a house, didn't have anything. And so this other person, I don't know if it was St. Stephen or not, but gave him wine and food and things because he had nothing. And so it's a day of giving as well. And it's only in the Commonwealth countries. And there's 62, I think, Commonwealth countries for now. We'll see what happens in the next year. But yes, so England and Australia and Canada and all of the other Commonwealth countries. How they celebrate, I don't know if it's just a gift, but that's all that I really know.
So people give the present for postman, people who sending the Christmas gift.
Do we get the postman a gift?
Postman, because they are busy Christmas season. So people give the gift to the postman.
Yeah, I mean, if you know him, I mean, like if he's new, then no. But some people, yeah. I mean, it's kind of the nice thing to do. I mean, in the United States, we're a consumer society, and so it's gifts for everybody. You know, the kids' teachers and your neighbors and cookies and everything else. And so, sure, the service workers, if you, let's say on a regular basis, you see the postman, a couple times a week, and you have that kind of, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, great. The small talk conversations. And sure, it's appreciated, I'm sure, by the postman to get them a gift. And that could be something simple like a cookie. It could be like, I don't know, if you want to give them a $5 gift card, that would be appropriate because you don't know them really, but you just want to give them a little something. So, yeah, sure, I'd say that. So, yeah. Are you a postman? Do you want to be postman in the United States or what? So yeah, there's a lot of things that go on, and right now I have my Christmas tree decorated. I don't know. Let me get my Instagram up and you can see it. I took this and I did this a month ago almost. I put up my Christmas tree. So this is my Christmas tree.
Oh, beautiful.
And yeah, you can't see, it's not a great picture, but you can see the nativity scene over here. Okay, so baby Jesus is in there. It's a Spanish tradition, and so I thought, well, why not? So yes, that's Christmas, and that's about all the Christmas decorations I have. I'm trying to look at anything else, and no, I really have nothing. So Christmas music I've put on and those kinds of things, but it's quite different when you're not in your home country. Also, my family celebrated Christmas already because my mom is one of 9 children. And so we have a big family. Well, now everyone my age, my cousins, basically, all of us are getting married. And so now the the traditions are changing, whereas, one of my cousins will go to their in-laws for the 24th or 25th. And so now it's changing for my mom and her siblings. So they already celebrated Christmas, and I did Skype with them. And that's it. So, yeah, because we're all getting married, Christmas tradition has finally changed for the first time. I think we did it 2 years ago, because actually tomorrow is my 2-year anniversary, wedding anniversary with my husband. So 2 years ago we had Christmas on the 24th, and ever since then it's changed. So, but in general, it's just a big gathering. Everyone comes home, you say hi, you have fun, you eat a lot, talk a lot, open presents, have fun, and that's it. So, talking about Santa Claus, let me find the presentation here. So basically today's going to be reading per usual. Okay. And so I have a lot of like Christmas icons here. These are all from the website, from Microsoft. Okay. So there's no copyright issues. And one moment. I don't know what I'm doing. What happened? Did you guys see that weird thing happen or not?
But it's usual now, normal now.
No? All right. Let me go to this. And is it normal?
Yes.
It's not doing anything strange? Okay.
Now it's yes.
Okay.
Now it's okay. Anyway, so Santa Claus and Christmas. All right, so first we're going to talk about the history, okay? Bob, you came here first today. Not
Yes.
that it's a competition, but go ahead and read. Can you see this? Let me make it bigger. 1 second.
Yes, of course. Okay.
One moment. I just changed it. Okay.
Yes. Santa has been famous for many years, but how did it all start? There was a bishop who is from what is today known as Turkey, called Saint Nicholas. He was very rich, as his parents died when he was young and left him a lot of money. What that money he would give it to others in need or give out secret gifts.
Okay. So this, again, is the theory. This is what I've read, that basically is how Santa came to be, okay? And so this is a little introduction of St. Nicholas, okay? Not Santa yet, all right? So I want to make that clear. Any questions about this?
I'm not familiar from this story. I heard for the Santa Claus. Good, nice music, but I not read this story.
Okay.
Okay, we are now learning
Yes.
what's happening.
Well, I guess this is one theory. I think this is true. Who really knows? I mean, honestly, who really knows? But, so we'll start with that, all right? And we'll have Ken. I think this one's a little bit longer, Ken. So I'll move this down, okay?
Over the years, he became famous for giving gifts. One story specifically talks about a poor man and his 3 daughters, which is how the tradition of stockings started. He couldn't afford a dowry for his daughters to get married, but found gold in a stocking that was hung on his fireplace, drying. This happened so the first daughter could marry. Then it happened for the second daughter too. The poor man decided to wait for the person every night until he discovered who it was. He finally found out that the gold giver was Saint Nicholas. The poor man promised not to tell anyone who was giving him the gold.
Okay. So, yes, this is one of the stories, as it says. about how, just different examples of St. Nicholas and how he came to be. So I have a question. I think all of the words are, maybe stocking. Do both of you know what a stocking is?
Yes.
What is it?
Kind of socks.
Yes, and this kind of sock is actually specifically for Christmas. Now, I don't know if maybe this was a real sock back when this story happened or not, but yes, a stocking is now what we use to put on the fireplaces to be filled with gifts. Okay, and a dowry. Do we know what a dowry is?
No, maybe money for in the past, maybe the man's side family give some money to women's family. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Okay, so basically, yes, this guy had 3 daughters. They wanted to get married. They couldn't because they didn't have any money or anything to give to the husband's family. And so one day, I think it probably was an accident. Some gold landed in a stocking that was drying on the fireplace. And that's basically it. And so the father, what he did is he waited, as it says, for this gold givers, that whoever put the gold there, until he saw St. Nicholas. And then the man promised St. Nicholas to not tell who was the giver, okay, of the gold. St. Nicholas just wanted to be a secret, just do good things and that's it. So this next picture is, what is this? Do you know what that is?
Like a ring or bows.
Those are kind of. So this is actually, yeah, Ken?
Wreath.
Yes. Okay, so this is called a wreath. It does have balls, red, but we also have bows of holly. Okay, that's different. Boughs of holly are in a Christmas song. Okay, decorate the house with balls of holly. I don't know. Anyway, so yes, perfect. More Christmas vocabulary. That's good. So Bob, it's going to be your turn to read this. You get the short paragraphs today.
Okay. Saint Nicholas became a saint because he was so kind to everyone. He is a saint of children and sailors. Another story of Saint Nicholas was that there was a big storm and sailors prayed to him to save their boat. Saint Nicholas is said to have appeared on the boat and saved the men.
Okay, so again, this is a story I don't know if it's true or not. Obviously, I wasn't there.
This is true story. I heard this for the Saint Nicholas.
Really?
Yes, we said Sveti Nikola is of the on the sea. Is Saint Nicholas is like what's the name?
Okay.
Yes. I know this story.
All right. Well, good. So apparently it's true, or at least famous. It's a famous story. So yeah, there was a really bad storm, and the sailors were praying. And now my question is how did they know to pray to Saint Nicholas? That's my real question of the story. If Saint Nicholas was semi-famous, that's okay. But I don't know, just because I wasn't in that time. So. All right. Anyway, so moving on. Now Santa Claus is Saint Nicholas. So this is a picture of the ideal, of the typical Santa Claus. All right. And so in the 16th century, Saint Nicholas became unpopular because of the Reformation in Northern Europe. So a lot of the things were hidden and forgotten about, okay, as the time went on. It wasn't until later, and there's a lot of information that's coming. There's a lot of connections from this country to that country. So we'll have to read this in parts. So maybe Ken, why don't you stop here where the blue line is? You can just stop reading there for now, okay?
So, as children still needed to receive gifts at Christmas, Santa Claus was invented and has taken on the same history as Saint Nicholas. Father Christmas, or Old Man Christmas, was invented in the UK. In the US, he was called Kris Kringle, which comes from Christkind, which was celebrated in Germany and Austria.
Okay. So, like I said, this is where it starts to get a bit confusing because we start talking about different countries and they're kind of Santa Claus representative. Okay. So, basically, he started to have a lot of different names. Okay. So, as it says here in the UK, he was Father Christmas or Old Man Christmas. In the US, he's Kris Kringle, which comes from Christkind, which is from Germany and Austria. Okay? Are we okay for now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Christkind means kind Chris.
I actually don't know. With it being probably in German, I'm guessing, because it's from Germany and Austria. I don't know. Bob, you're the one that speaks the most German in the room, so.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, so I think it's in German, so it says Jesus Christus. Oh, no, okay, that's in German. I'm not going to try and read that. Can I do this in English? Translate. Yes. Okay, so it means Christ child.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to read German live when I don't. Okay, so good. All right, so actually, Bob, why don't you finish the second part, okay?
Yes. Christkind was a baby with gold hair who represents a baby Jesus. In the United States, the Dutch came over the stories of St. Nicholas and Kris Kringle. St. Nicholas became known as Santa Claus, which is today's version of Santa Claus.
Okay, we're going to take a pause. I have an important package waiting for me. So one moment, okay? You guys talk about Christmas and Santa.
I heard the now red symbolize the Santa Claus, but I heard in one theory it started Coca-Cola. Maybe 1920s in American Coca-Cola campaign for Christmas season, they use the red wear. Before that, Santa Claus image is wear the green clothes. I've heard such theory before. I don't know if it is true or not.
Maybe ask him.
Okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry. It's my husband's Christmas present, I promise. I'm actually just going to open it to be sure.
Oh, I love chocolate.
Thank you. It is. Good. Oh, I was so nervous. Good. Now I get to open my Christmas present before the 27th because that's when it told me it was coming. Oh, I'm so sorry, but it's so important. If not, my husband wouldn't get a Christmas gift. So anyway, thank you so much for waiting. So what did I miss? What were we talking about?
I just talked about, the one theory says the red Santa created by the 1920s Coca-Cola North American campaign in Christmas.
Yeah, they say that, but actually, Coca-Cola, I read that too. Coca-Cola has actually said that no, they didn't invent that. That St. Nicholas has always been in red. Okay.
But the theory I heard, and before that, green. He wore green.
You know, I think you're right. I have heard that as well. So maybe I'll actually do green Santa Claus. The true history of the modern day Santa. Yeah, Coca-Cola. No. Well, I'll have to research 71 best images of. No.
Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I just heard that episode before. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I found an article that might have the answer, but first I want to discuss everything that Bob just read here. Okay, with the baby Jesus, and then so the Dutch came to the U.S. or went to the U.S. Okay, with the stories of Saint Nicholas, and so that's when Kris Kringle basically became Saint Nicholas, which Sinterklaas, I believe, is in Dutch. It has to be. I know Dutch, they use double A's a lot. So, which is today's version of Santa Claus. So it's a mix of all of these different generations and stories and things. So it's quite interesting.
Yeah,
yes.
I think it's happening in all maybe all of it, all cultures. You know, people believe culture is original, but actually any culture was influenced by anything. You know, because in the past people commute or how can I say exchange each other their idea or culture. So this kind of combination often happen in the I think some Japanese traditional customs too. Yeah.
Exactly. So I actually found something that says Santa's outfit was originally tan, so kind of like a beige color, and then it was changed to red.
I see.
Okay. Yeah, and that's because of some guy prior to Nast. Nast, I don't know who that is, but someone. And then he also, this Nast guy, N-A-S-T, also drew Santa in a green suit.
I see.
Which they attributed to someone else's pictures. And then the whole Coca-Cola thing came out. So I don't really know about the green. Okay. So anyway, let's continue on. So Ken, it's going to be your turn to read about the other days that Christmas is celebrated. Okay? Why don't you read this, please?
Saint Nicholas is celebrated on December 6th. So the night before the children put out shoes so Saint Nicholas can leave gifts in them. Also, some leave carrots out for the horse, reindeer. Okay.
So my parents always celebrated Saint Nicholas. So I think the real Saint Nicholas Day is December 6th. Okay. And he would always bring us little gifts. And so there's this tradition of putting your shoes out, and then Saint Nicholas would put gifts in those. What happened is my parents played a little a play on words with this. What would happen is every Saint Nick Day, we would get new slippers with candy inside. So, and then because St. Nicholas came on, I always thought it was reindeer. I read something the other day when I was doing this presentation about a horse. And so, well, okay. So my question, even when I was younger, is I knew St. Nicholas and Santa Claus were different. But then when I got older, I learned that they were the same person. So it's quite confusing. As a child, at least. So... good. Questions or comments here?
Yes, in my country is also December day of the Saint Nicholas.
So you celebrate that too?
Yes, of course. Yes, very, very interesting. No only Catholics and the Serbian Orthodox have December 60 for the Saint Nicholas or Saint Nikolai. Like Russian language, Slovensky, Saint Nikolai. It's very interesting, yes.
Yeah, and it's funny that, I mean, we have the same kind of traditions and ideas and everything. but it's also different, you know. You have your own little take or opinion.
Yes, but we have not have gifts for them like shoes is out and Saint Nicholas leave a gift in the shoes. No, this is not event in the Serbia, but Saint Nicholas is like the god of the on the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know this story sometimes on the ship uh, when we are on the Pacific 10 days somebody prayed for the sailors and the Saint Nicholas. I remember past December on the 6th we was in Australia and yes, of course, this is true story.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So, Ken, I'd like to ask you, do you have any idea about St. Nicholas or this day?
I've heard this episode. Saint Nicholas living in Turkey, and start the give the present some support for poor people secretly. And yeah, I think I read that story in sorry, another English class in in this season. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, no, that's good. I didn't know he was from Turkey. That was a surprise for me. So,
Also, I asked, this song, I love this song called, Father Christmas Great Lake. It's a Emerson Lake and Palmer. Maybe you don't know the classic rock group. It's English group. So
probably not.
I thought, Father. So I asked my friend, American friend, who is Father Christmas, and he said, oh, the Santa Claus. So yeah. So in Britain, yeah, as you wrote in this article, yeah, sometimes he's called Father Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Well, perfect. So now we have another date that we celebrate here. So, Bob, could you please read about the three wise men?
Yes, the three wise men are celebrated on January 6th. This day is called the Epiphany. Is correct? Epiphany?
Yeah, Epiphany. Epiphany.
Yes, Epiphany, which celebrates the revelation that Jesus, God's Son. Also, this is his baptist day.
Okay, so the Epiphany really, like any epiphany, is like a realization or of something, and so they say that Jesus was born on the 25th of December. Okay, so it wasn't until 11 days later, on the 6th, that they actually realized who he was. Okay, so yes, there's that.
Yes.
So yes, that's the Epiphany. So the three wise men came, and so that is celebrated here in Spain. I personally don't celebrate this because obviously we know that the three wise men in Santa aren't real. They don't actually come. So at my age, I don't celebrate this, but the children do, and it's just a whole nother celebration that I don't know. So
It's very interesting story because in Serbia and Russia also, January 6th is like Christmas for the Orthodox.
Oh.
You know, January 6th and 7th is Christmas for the Orthodox people.
Really?
Yes, in the Serbia and Russia and other Slovensky, and very, very interesting links for the January 16th after Christmas 25.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of coincidences.
Yes, of course.
Perfect. Ken, did you want to say anything?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. So, my question is, why December 25th? All right. So Ken, it's your turn now.
December 25th was chosen at Jesus' birthday because it's 9 months after the Annunciation. This is when Mary was told she would have a special baby. This happened on March 25th. Some think December 25th was chosen as it's near the winter solstice because there were already celebrations during this time.
Okay, so again, there's a couple different theories. They really think that Jesus was born in April or May. Okay, so December 25th is not Jesus's official birthday. Pretty sure. And there were some examples of like in Bethlehem, they during the warmer months they had lambs out all over the place and they were herding. They wouldn't have had that in December. There's snow or something. So basically, it's kind of impossible that would have been on December 25th. Okay. So they say it makes more sense in April or May, but again, because of the winter solstice, there was already a celebration. So why not? And it was 9 months after Mary was told that she was going to have a special baby. Also, we'll see some more festivals here that Bob can read for us.
There was also a rubber festival called Saturnalia, which was celebrated in December, normally between the 17th and 23rd, and honored the Roman god Saturn. Another festival celebrated the birth of unconquered sun on December 25th, which was the pagan sun god Mitra.
Okay, so there's a lot of celebrations around this time. So it's, again, one of those theories that the 25th was just a convenient date to celebrate this. Okay, no real things.
What is Mithra? Sorry.
What?
What is Mithra? Mithra.
That's the name of the pagan sun god.
I see.
Okay.
Maybe ancient people are afraid of losing sun, probably, because they don't know the knowledge about sun and earth.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they celebrate. Maybe they did a special thing, grave for the sun. Maybe return the sun kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
My presumption. Yeah.
That could be too. I mean, I think they celebrated everything, and with all the gods that they had, it just kind of works. So I like this Merry Christmas at the end, but I have your holiday traditions because these are mine. Okay, so now that you've read about my holiday traditions, let's talk about yours. Do you celebrate anything on the 24th or 25th of December? What are the most important holidays during the year for you and your country? So, Ken, because yours is quite a bit more different than ours, or at least mine. What do you celebrate? I mean, what's the next big thing for you for celebrations?
I think biggest celebration here is New Year's Day. These 3 days, not only 3 days, many people take a day off, maybe 1 week or so. Kind of also, many people go to shrine for praying good luck of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Shrine is Shintoism, which is a native Japanese religion. And then Buddhism is these two religions coexist in Japanese society maybe for 1,000 years. So maybe basically Japanese religious thing is consist of these two religious elements, combination of that. I don't know why, but New Year's Day for the because original Buddhists don't celebrate the New Year's Day. It clearly is a kind of Shintoism thing. So temple is quiet on New Year's Day, and commercialism. A lot of New Year's bargains. Really nowadays, even December 1st, store opens, supermarket opens, shopping malls open, so kind of very crowded. Such kind of service industry or shops
Mm-hmm.
are very busy season. So maybe that's it. Sorry.
No. That's good. That's good.
Also another thing, it was celebrated according to the Lunar New Year before.
Mm.
Lunar New Year is very common in East Asia, but 100 years ago, government ordered people to, to follow the solar calendar. So now, maybe Chinese still celebrate, or Chinese or other some of the other Asian countries, people celebrate New Year's Day in according to lunar calendar, but Japan is solar calendar. So we say the celebration, the spring. We say the New Year celebration is called spring celebration, but because of that, we celebrate spring celebration in the harsh winter time. That's it.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you. So do you have anything that's similar to Christmas? Probably not.
Because the concept of the Jesus, Buddha's birthday is April, but not so major like the Western Christmas Day.
Okay.
So maybe the celebration for some religious people's birthday, but kind of in winter solstice, such kind of thing is common because the sun is important for agriculture, or people's life. So, and I think without modern kind of scientific knowledge, people are afraid of losing sun in winter time. Also, maybe they pray for return to the sun. Maybe I think it's common here as well.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you, Ken. Bob, what about you? What kind of holidays are important to you?
Oh, yes. December and January is my country is also important, like Europe country, England, United States. On the 1st December, in my city, we start to decoration city, and everywhere is Christmas tree for the small gifts and millions of the bulbs and decoration light in my apartment, in my house also. Now I'm a little late because I'm very busy for my business. But outside on my terrace, I have small decoration for the Christmas and the New Year. Also New Year. And what's happening after New Year in my country? After New Year, we have Christmas, also 6th and 7th January for the Orthodox. This is Orthodox Christmas in my country. After Orthodox Christmas in Serbia, people also celebrate Serbian New Year. We have Serbian New Year. This is on the 13th January. 13th
Really?
January, yes, really. Really, there's no joke. And
Why?
because there's a very, very good question. This is not a tradition. This is like to continuously celebrate official New Year on the first 31 December to 1st January, and the people continuously celebrate 6th and 7th Christmas, and after 7th Christmas we have we need a lot to celebrate to continuously to first February, because here is the unofficial Serbian New Year on the 13th January, but this is not government's day. This is day on the at home who celebrate Orthodox Christmas in Serbia.
Okay.
And we have holiday 2 months from 1st December to 1st February.
Wow.
Yes, it's very good.
That sounds very good. Well, I'll just quickly explain Spain's holidays here, because they actually start the 6th and 8th of December. There's holidays too, because of the Immaculada. And then the other day is the Day of the Constitution. And so that's the 6th and the 8th of December. So we have some holidays then, or some days off. Then the 24th and 25th, and then the 31st is super important here as well. But these holidays are more for friends, not for family. Because the Spanish here, see their families a lot. And so for the holidays, because everyone, again, comes home, all of the friends go out. And so before Christmas dinner, before New Year's Eve dinner, you go out with your friends all day, you go home, you eat, and then you go back out for celebrations until whatever time in the morning. So that's what they do. And then the 6th, they celebrate the wise men, and that's about it. So from December 6th to January 6th, there's a full month of, it's like working and holidays. And it's not like one or the other. It's the first week is work, but then you have the 6th and the 8th off. Then it's like 2 weeks of work or 3 and more holidays. So it's a bit crazy. So yeah, lots of celebrations here as well. So and so that's why we don't have class on Monday, because it's Christmas Eve. And I'm going to be spending it with some friends since I'm not going home this year. And my husband has to work. And yeah, so the Christmas festivities start tomorrow for us. We'll be celebrating with friends. We have a group of 19 people, I think it is, having lunch together. Then Sunday as well, we have a group of 10 people, all friends going out for lunch. And yeah, so the next 4 days is going to be Christmas and going out. And tomorrow is my wedding anniversary. I think I mentioned that earlier. So there's celebrations there. So yeah, lots going on. And so no class on Monday. Do I drink eggnog? No, I hate. Okay, I haven't had it in probably 15 to 20 years. But when I was a kid, I remember it tasted like eggs, and I didn't eat eggs for many years of my life. So no, but my mom loves it.
Maybe it's common drink in for Christmas in United States or
Yes.
some other countries.
In the United States, it's common. Here in Spain, no, thankfully. But yes, in the United States, and my mom drinks it warm. I don't know. I would try it again in my life, but I don't have very high expectations that I'm going to like it. So, so basically that's it. Very quickly, I'm just going to hopefully tell you what we'll be doing next class. Okay, that's January. January's too far. So Wednesday the 26th, my mom's birthday, we'll be talking about how to not be miserable at work. So we'll get a work class in. And then next Friday, we have class again at the same time. We'll be talking about adjectives, okay? So that's it for now. So Merry Christmas, everybody. And we'll see you on Wednesday, okay?
Yes, of course.
All right, sounds good.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Ken. Bye, Ken.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Becky, bye.
Bye.